Hello, this is Carolyn with Carolyn's Paper Therapy, and I've been working hard trying to finish up this journal so I can share it with you. It is made from digital file from Janeybjournals called Windows, a printable junk journal. This is the one that was an A4 file, and I had to convert it to a letter size paper for me to make this for you, and I describe that in my introduction journal, so you can, or introduction video, so you can look back at that if you have any questions. I've called this one Outside My Windows, and it made me think of the fact that I live on the riverfront and I grow lots of flowers, and my house sits so that I can see the sunsets. So I take lots of pictures of my sunsets and my flowers outside my windows, and I post them on Facebook on a page called Paradise on the Ohio, and on my personal page. And a lot of people enjoy the sunset pictures, and I had a friend suggest that I make a book or something of my pictures. And anyway, when I ran across this journal kit, I thought, well, I would make a journal and include some of my riverfront pictures in it, and images of flowers and windows. So that's what this is. It is, I think I've used 5 pages folded in half, so it's several pages. And I always feel like I'm running out of ideas by the time I get to the end of a journal, but I enjoy making it, and it changes a little as I go along, maybe with a little less detail. Anyway, on the cover here, I have used the image of the girl looking out her window at her beautiful pot of roses. And I've used this beautiful lace. I bought this, I believe, at Hobby Lobby, and I just love it on the edges and different places throughout. This is hand-dyed seam binding that I get from a shop on Etsy, and then this ribbon here is hand-dyed recycled silk, and you can see it changes colors as it goes, and it is sewn together. It's really special, and I've used that to tie it closed. This is one of my favorite colors, this teal, turquoise, whatever you want to call it, and green. I love those colors together, so I had a lot of fun making this. On the front, I just made kind of a collage with some old music, a heart that I had from another kit. I've used some of my stamps that have beautiful phrases on there, and I've used poetry and on contentment and beautiful phrases through here. I have a special person I'm going to give this to when I'm all finished sharing it with you. But I have a collage here on the front, a window and all, and then I clipped on some lace and some charms on here with a key to decorate the front. And this, I put eyelets in the front and the back on the edge so that I could tie this together. And I went ahead and sewed this together and put the ties on and everything before I even started, so that I could work on this book one page at a time as I go through, instead of assembling it later. So that's my cover. Oops, I didn't get it all. Okay. Okay, now, inside the front cover, I've just kept this simple. This is like a little coin envelope, and I cut the top off of it and made a little dip in there so that I could use it as a little tuck spot for this tag. All my tags are so that they can be written on the back, so there's plenty of writing space throughout the journal. I've used some of my Tim Holtz phrases through here too. There is beauty and simplicity, and some cotton lace and pearls. This is one of my sunset pictures that I took, and I had a die cut of a window frame, so I cut out 4 of those to use throughout this journal. It came with a set of die cuts that makes a window looking out into the nighttime, so I used it for my sunsets. We have some pretty colorful handiwork by God outside my windows, and I used to love to run out and take pictures and bring them back in and edit them and show them to my husband. He was disabled and couldn't always go out and see them, and so he really enjoyed looking at these pictures, and that's why I started my Paradise on the Ohio page, so that I could let him enjoy the pictures of our sunsets. I've made a little side pocket here. Use the phrase, live simply, give generously. The papers in here are so pretty, it was really hard to cover them up, but I tried to leave plenty of the design to be able to see. I just got a couple of little tags in here that can be written on. The next page, I just made a pocket out of this journal card and collaged on another image and another stamp that I had that says, "For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord, to give you a hope and a future." Jeremiah 29:11. And inside the pocket, I just put, this is kind of like a little envelope, and I just trimmed it at the top with some lace, and there's Our Lady again. And this just closes with Velcro, and this is just a piece of artwork that I had from another kit that I had saved. And this opens up to a poem, and I won't read all these to you, but they came out of a book of treasured poems or something that I have, and I have 2 copies of the book, so I'm starting to just tear them out and use them. Sometimes we forget about being content with the life that we have and to notice the nature of God's gifts around us. We are surrounded by troubled times and lots of issues right now, and people arguing with each other and all, and so it's good to be able to stop and focus on the simple things in life. And that was my goal with this book, was for the friend that I'm giving it to, that she find contentment in the words that are in it and the sunset pictures and the love with which the book was made. So this provides some writing room inside and also up in here. So that's that page. This here, I used one of the large tags and made a side pocket out of it. And I've used a little brad to fasten these things on. This is just one of the little tags, and I put one of my Tim Holtz phrases, "Be your beautiful self," and a piece of my ribbon and some lace, and I found these little hearts that say "Made with Love." So that's on that page, and that just pokes through to the other side. And there's 3 tags in the pocket here, 4 tags, all of which can be written on the back. I used some of my cheesecloth, green cheesecloth, to tie a little ribbon on the top of some of those. On this page, I used a piece of old sheet music that I got at auction one time and made a pocket out of it and mounted another one of my sunset pictures. This is taken through a mimosa tree down toward the river and almost has a tropical effect, but I am in Kentucky in the United States. The phrase I put on this is "Shine like the whole universe is yours." And I've got a couple of tags in here that can be written on. The little heart came from another kit. It's just a piece that I had saved. Here is another window that was printed on this page, and in the window I put a picture of the moon setting over the river. Before the sun comes up in the morning, the moon sets right outside my window. And this was taken on a morning when I would come home to rest and get cleaned up from staying with my husband in hospice. And the moon was so beautiful that I had to go out and take a picture of it. So that is what this picture is of, that moon setting that morning after a long, long night. This is just a little heart that I cut off of this same lace that I used on the side here. Okay, on this page I made a side pocket out of one of the tags that has 3 tags in it, and one of the tags I stamped on with one of my Bible verses. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. And these can all be written on. And then I put some music sheet and another one of my beautiful sunsets. This is a boat as it's going back into the docking area in town in the evening at twilight. So I thought that was a neat picture with the boat going back to go home. Lace at the top and a little Tim Holtz phrase that says, "Today is full of possibilities." On this page, I wanted this window to show, so I made just a little narrow pocket at the bottom and trimmed it with some pretty sparkly trim and that lace. And so I have just cut little pieces to go down in there. They can all be written on. And there's a big bumblebee underneath. I chose the word bliss. Some of the phrases I've used on here are from G. Kerr, Happiness and Crafting. She has some really good phrases and words, digital kits that I have bought, and I keep boxes full of the phrases that I can pick from. This page I used a paper bag. I had ordered some of these to make pockets out of. And so this is just a small brown paper bag that's glued down, and I made 2 pockets on it. One is in the back is the actual bag, and I just cut a little notch in it, and I stenciled some flowers on there. And this tag fits right down in there. And then I made a pocket out of one of our journal cards with some music and one of G. Kerr's words and some tags to slip down inside for writing space. This here is a angle pocket that came in the kit, and some lace, and Stay Strong is from G. Kerr's words again. And I had gotten these little clips from Target, I think I told you before. And this says "You are special," and this kept wanting to fall out, so I'm just using it to kind of hold this in. This is just a little journal card, and I trimmed it with some lace, and there's another sunset in the window. And on the back, I have stenciled the back, and this is kind of the bottom part of that picture. I have some a big tree out in the middle of my yard and some black-eyed Susans, and then the sunset was off in the distance, so I cut it all apart and used it. And then a little poem about being blessed by the small things in life. And this just was loose, so I just clipped it in. This is where the book is sewn together. It's a 3-point sew in where you take the thread in and out. There are several videos that show how to do that. Okay, on this page, this background page was kind of a collage, and I wanted to leave the word believe and the definition showing. So I used one of my sunset pictures and the frame, and I let the whole picture show. This is taken through the window of my studio, and I have some lace curtains, so I kind of pulled the lace curtains back and took this picture through the lace just the other night. And I've layered on some little flowers from my flower punch things that I do, and bling in the middle. The word comfort. And then there's tags to be written on tucked in the pocket. On this page, I've had kind of a little fold-out booklet with the girl looking through the window again. And I just trimmed it with this lace to kind of, I don't know, give it a hinge, I guess. And it opens up for writing in here. And then here's a little window with some tiny little tags in it that can be written on. And I made a side pocket out of this so that I could put several poems out of that book down in here for her to read, To those who are content, peace of soul. However much I have to do, however hard I strive, I always tell myself that I'm glad to be alive. So it's good thoughts to think on today. Up here, I just did a little collage. This is part of the music, but it's I guess it's a description or words to the music. I just flipped it over and put that in behind. And this was a little piece of decoupage napkin that I did on another project that I showed earlier. Some cheesecloth and the word tranquility. Okay, we're almost there. This here, I decided to leave this page like it was with the beautiful roses. There's room to write on here. And then I made a flip up out of another paper. And I kind of messed up, and the paper kind of split. So I used some washi tape on here that I hope is going to hold it. I put a tag on here at an angle with some little tags inside. And then this flips up for writing. And there's our girl looking through the window again. Okay, we're getting almost to the end, I think. I made a pocket out of one of the journal cards and another one of my sunset pictures in the frame. I cut out the word believe off of one of the pages and stuck it on there. And then this is just cut from one of the collage pages and made into a tag. And it says, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. I think these words are very motivational and help you focus on something positive in a day. If you just want to thumb through this, or maybe even if you're doing a Bible study or reading a good book and you come across a phrase or a thought that you want to keep, this keeps it all on a positive keel so that we can find joy throughout the day. Okay, this is another page that has believe on it. I always like to leave that showing. That's really a neat definition there. This is another little poem from that book called Things Enough. And then I've just used some cheesecloth and our little lady in the window and some ribbon. On this page, I decided to make kind of a odd-shaped side pocket out of this greenery that was on one of the collage pages of the kit. And inside the pocket, I made, this is just a journal card that's cut from one of the collage pages with our lace on the edge. And then this just opens up for writing. Okay, these are the last two pages. Let's see, this is another collage page, and I used I cut a piece and just made a pocket, side pocket. This is another one of our sunsets, another boat going up the river this time, or down the river, I guess you'd say. Up the river is toward town, down the river is going out of town. I love the way the sun reflects on the river. And no matter what clouds are in the sky or if there's none, every sunset is different. God paints us a different picture every single night. And it's worthwhile to go out and take a look. Sometimes I actually go outside. Many times I just take the picture right through my windows. There's that old sheet music again, a little tiny ephemera from the kit, and some tags in the side. This is the last page. And I've just used the other corner pocket, made a tag out of a piece of the digital kit collage paper. And then this is one of the journal cards. And I thought it would be good to end the book by saying, do not worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank Him for all He has done. And so that is my journal. I love the contrast of the greens and the roses, the lace, and this teal color. It just really stands out to me, and I know that my friend is going to treasure this journal, and love the fact that I thought of her and wanted to make it for her. So, like I always say, every day's a gift. Do something each day that allows you to express yourself and creativity, and then think of someone special while you're making it and give it to that person. No finer gift than a gift of made with love. So look for the joy in each day and share it with everyone along the way. And I did have another journal I was going to make. Let me mention, I ran out of stuff, and I wanted to go ahead and do this and show it to you. But this is the waterfall, and I will do this at a future time and share it. I just ran out of stuff to do, and I kind of have some ideas of some other elements that I've made, that this part would be from the kit, but the other elements would be something I've previously made and things that I have saved back. So it'll be special, and I'll share it at another time. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'm ready to get started on something new, and we'll see what that'll be next. I'm not even sure what it is. So I hope you've had a good day, and I'll be back before you know it. I'll see you soon.